Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. You better buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most game-changing rumors we've seen in recent NFL history, especially for the Washington Commanders. And no, I'm not talking about a minor trade or a backup signing. We might be looking at a blockbuster move that could reshape the entire NFC East landscape. Imagine Tyreek Hill, the explosive, game-breaking wide receiver from Miami, making his way to the Commanders. Yes, you heard that right. It's not just a wild rumor, it's something that's starting to gain serious traction in league circles, and the implications are enormous. So let's set the scene here. The Miami Dolphins, a team that's been trying to push its chips in for a Super Bowl run over the last couple of seasons, has been facing some serious questions. They've been trying to build a roster that can compete with the best of the AFC, but things haven't quite gone according to plan. Their quarterback, Tua Tagovailoa, has shown flashes of brilliance, but durability and consistency have been issues. And then there's Tyreek Hill, an absolute nightmare for defenses, a player capable of changing the course of any game in a heartbeat. But despite his talent and impact, the Dolphins are reportedly reconsidering their approach, and some insiders suggest that Hill might be moved even before the start of the season. Now, you might be asking, why would Miami trade away someone like Tyreek Hill? Well, the reasons are multi-layered. First, the Dolphins are in a bit of a cap crunch. With big money contracts for players like Tua, Jalen Phillips, and others, managing the salary cap has become a complex puzzle. Plus, the team has already made some bold moves this offseason, like trading Jalen Ramsey to the Steelers, which sent shockwaves through the league. That move signaled that Miami might be willing to shake things up and reset their roster for a more sustainable future. But it's not just cap issues. There's also the matter of team chemistry and leadership. Some reports suggest there have been internal concerns about the locker room environment, especially with high-profile players like Hill expressing frustration publicly. After their disappointing finish last season, falling short of playoff expectations, some players, including Hill, hinted at wanting a change of scenery. Hill made cryptic comments about being ready for a change and longing for a more stable situation after the season ended. While he didn't make an outright trade request, it's clear that his camp has been quietly exploring options, and that's raising eyebrows across the league. And here's where things get really interesting for us Washington fans. The idea of Tyreek Hill joining the Commanders isn't just about adding another star receiver, it's about transforming the entire offense. For a young quarterback like Jayden Daniels, who showed a lot of promise in his rookie season, having a true one-receiver like Hill could accelerate his development exponentially. Imagine the possibilities. Hill's speed, route running, and ability to take the top off defenses would force defenses to double him on virtually every snap. That kind of threat opens up so many opportunities, not just for Hill, but for the entire offense. And Washington's front office, under new ownership and a revamped leadership team, is no stranger to making bold moves. They've been steadily building a roster full of young talent, complemented by veteran presence, and now they're in a prime position to make a splash. The NFC East is wide open, with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants all looking formidable, but there's definitely room for the Commanders to elevate their game and become serious contenders. Adding a player of Hill's caliber would instantly make Washington's offense one of the most dangerous in the conference. Think about what Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury could do with a weapon like Hill. His ability to stretch the field and create explosive plays would take a lot of pressure off the young quarterback and give the offense a new dimension. The Commanders have a solid offensive line, a decent core of skill players, but what's been missing, especially in recent years, is that game-breaking, game-changing receiver who can turn a game on its head in one play. Hill fits that mold perfectly. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. But what about the cost? And that's a valid point. Trading for Tyreek Hill wouldn't come cheap, especially considering his age and production level. Miami would likely want a significant package in return, possibly including draft picks and some key players. But for the Commanders, it might be worth it. They've got draft capital, especially with the upcoming 2026 draft, and they're in a rebuild mode where taking a calculated risk could pay off big time. Plus, the timing seems to align. With training camps just around the corner and the NFL offseason heating up, rumors like this tend to gain momentum fast. It's almost like a chess game, with teams trying to position themselves for the best shot at a Super Bowl run. The Dolphins, after a somewhat underwhelming 2024 season, might be looking to reset and build for the future. If Hill is unhappy, if he's publicly expressing frustration, and if the Dolphins' front office senses they need to shake things up, then this trade could become inevitable. In fact, some NFL insiders are already whispering that a fire sale might be on the horizon for Miami. They've already moved Jalen Ramsey, which was a surprise move for many, and now they're considering other big changes. Trading Hill might seem like an overpay to some, especially given his age. He's still in his prime, but not quite the young star he once was. But his impact on the field is undeniable. For a team like Washington, with a lot of young talent and cap space, bringing in Hill could be the missing piece to finally push over the top in the NFC East. And let's not forget about the broader implications. The NFC East has been a competitive division for years. Eagles reigning champions, Cowboys always lurking, Giants trying to find consistency, and now the Commanders looking to rise. Adding Tyreek Hill would send shockwaves across the league, signaling that Washington is serious about competing at the highest level. It would also set a precedent for other teams in the division and across the NFC. The league has always been about bold moves, and this could be one of the boldest yet before Week 1 even kicks off. Now, I know some fans might be skeptical, worried about the long-term implications, or whether this move would really be worth the price. But one thing is clear. If the Commanders pull this off, they're sending a statement to the rest of the league. They're here to contend, and they're not afraid to make big moves to do so. Hill's speed, versatility, and big play ability could turn Washington's offense into an absolute nightmare for defenses across the NFC. The potential is enormous, and it's what every fan dreams of, seeing your team land that superstar who can change the course of a season. And of course, as with all rumors, we have to take it with a grain of salt. Nothing is official yet, but the whispers are getting louder, and the signs point toward a very real possibility. The NFL offseason is known for its surprises, and this one could very well be on the horizon. So, as Commanders fans, we should be excited but also cautiously optimistic. This kind of move doesn't happen every day, and if it does, it could be the catalyst for a new era of success in Washington. In the end, what matters most is that we're all rooting for the team, hoping for the best, and staying tuned for what's next. The NFL is never short on drama, and this story, whether it materializes or not, adds another thrilling chapter to the ongoing saga of the Washington Commanders. We're talking about a franchise that's been through its ups and downs, but with a move like this, they could finally take that leap into serious playoff contention and beyond. So keep your eyes on the news, stay excited, and let's see what the future holds for the Commanders. This season might just be one of the most exciting yet. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you believe the team should go all in for Tyreek Hill? How would you feel about seeing him in the burgundy and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the future of this franchise. This is what makes being a fan so exciting, the possibility of witnessing history in the making. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and analysis on everything happening with your Washington Commanders. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's keep rooting for the team that we love. This season could be one for the ages, and with moves like this, we're just getting started.